Hello and good evening, and welcome to the Thursday edition of The Shed, #IrishBullsMafia with me, Trevor. I hope you're all keeping well. Beautiful Thursday we've had here in Ireland, in the west of Ireland. Really high temperatures, mid-20s in Celsius, and sun shining, and it's beautiful. I think we've got a couple of days of that ahead, so I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you're all keeping well and relaxed and recovered and the whole lot from the crack during the week here in Ireland and elsewhere in the world. And today's show, I'm just going to do a quick one. I want to talk about a few things, NFL wise, Buffalo Bills wise, and of course, I am going to talk about, and it's the main part of my talk, about the fiasco here with the tickets. Excuse the seat now if it's creaking. The fiasco with the tickets from Ticketmaster that went on sale for the NFL game in September in Croke Park. So I know there's more like me, and I think it's important that it gets talked about because, to be honest, what happened is a joke. And I know there was a huge demand for that game. And so I'm not barking about not getting a ticket, because I didn't. What I'm barking is the process on how it was done and how wrong it was, and how Ticketmaster have got away because they've sold all the tickets and they have no answers for the people that this messed around, including myself. Queuing for tickets, stayed in the queue while tickets were still in the queue, going up on sale on scalper sites for extortionary prices, and the genuine person does not get a ticket or tickets. So I'm going to give you my story, and then that'll be my rant on it, and it'll be done. So the morning of the tickets going on sale Tuesday morning, I logged on firstly at about 10:30, and you got into a queue. I don't honestly know what the queue was for, but I was about 40,000 in the queue. And as it closed down to 11, all of a sudden it just stopped and shut down. So as my little thing will show on my Facebook and Instagram and Twitter page, from Ticketmaster, I logged on again at 2 minutes past 11. The tickets weren't going on sale until 12 o'clock. So that was grand. I kept it there, kept ticking it along. And at 12 o'clock, we were given a random number. My number was up in 255,800 and something, I think, but it was over 255,000. So I'll be honest with you, there's a 77,000 seater stadium. So many tickets will be gone to corporate and so on like that. So you're talking maybe about 65,000 tickets maybe on sale to the public. I didn't think I had much of a chance, and I accepted it, but I stayed on. And for the first, I would say, the guts of an hour, there was very little movement on numbers. And I seen on Twitter and other social medias, people were questioning this. And then all of a sudden, the number started to drop. And that was grand. At 3 o'clock, I seen someone put up stuff on Twitter saying that there's been tickets been sold on sites for the game that are way above the price. Scalpers selling them, and you're going to the genuine fan here who really wanted to get tickets to go to the game. That it wasn't looking like they were going to get them. Now, what I wanted, firstly, to be honest, was 2 tickets. I wanted to bring myself and my daughter to the game. I wanted to show the experience, show what the NFL is like, not to go up as a Mayo fan to Croke Park and enjoy the day, and none of our teams were involved, and just enjoy the whole location. And if it was ran right, and if it ran down and I didn't get a ticket or tickets for the game, I would say fair enough. But I waited on the queue, and I waited and I waited. And around, I would say 3:30, 4:45, all of a sudden the numbers started to drop. And I dropped nearly 100,000 in less than an hour. And all of a sudden then at 20 to 5, it was my goal. I couldn't believe it. And I was hearing those tickets on sales. And as it went into my goal, it threw me off. And then it goes, oh, we're putting you off. You're going back onto the end of the queue again. I'll be honest, it was like ripping my heart out, because you'd waited that long. You had finally got a chance to have your goal, and that was sound. So anyway, I was annoyed. I got off it and walked away from it. And a friend of mine, I won't mention their names, but a friend of mine said, try it again. So I went into another queue later on, and the queue was shorter. It was about 6 or after 6. And I got in. And next thing, it put tickets up in front of me. So I wanted 2 tickets. I clicked the 2 tickets. It gave me 7 or 8 options, and then it gave me the high premium numbers. And I wasn't going near premium. It wasn't in my budget. And I touched each seat, and every time I did, it wasn't there. Then I tried again, and I went to buy 2 separate tickets. So at worst, we'd be a bay apart from each other. But every single one I went into again wasn't there. And I came back out of it. And around 8 o'clock that night, I tried one more time, and I got in fairly handy. And there was mainly premium tickets left. But when I would click the button for 2 tickets beside each other, it would give me 2 or 3 options. And again, every time I touched it, nothing would come up. They weren't there. This is my beef and why I'm upset. And there's more than me. So if my point to this is, this game was known about for 6 months, and Ticketmaster had all the chance to have this done right. They even had a separate site for it. You weren't going through the normal Ticketmaster site. And to have a fiasco like this for the price they were charging for them tickets was absolutely insane to start with. But to have a chance to have it done right, and if I was randomly given 255,000 and it never got me a ticket, then fair enough. I walk away and say, no beef. That's the way it was. But you get down and queue and queue and queue, and you got down, you got your chance, and you're kicked off. And then when you did eventually get in, every ticket they put up saying that there was available, you touched it, it wasn't there. You're a joke. And I think it's something that has to be looked at. I'm not smart. The Irish government should step in. It's not to get me a ticket. I'm not about that. I'm on about everybody that's been messed around, right, by Ticketmaster. And there is still people selling tickets right now for extraordinary prices. They got their tickets. How was that? And how can they get away with it? And then it could happen that I'm not, but I might be desperate enough to buy a ticket at an extraordinary price, and I get done. So the Irish government needs to look at it. This is my opinion. And something needs to be done with Ticketmaster to put in the right setup that everything is done correctly. They're long enough doing this. They messed around with Oasis that are in there, I think in August. There was a lot of mess in there. This is not their first shindig. And the problem is they have no competition here in Ireland, and they should have. And if they did, things might be done differently, but they know they're the monopoly, and the likes of me doesn't matter. That's my rant. I wish everyone who genuinely got a ticket that are going to the game the best day ever. I have no issue with the NFL, and I have no issue with anyone else who got a ticket that was genuine and are looking for themselves. I wish you all the best. It's not bad grapes, sour grapes, or anything like that. I'm just giving my point of view, how you have a system. The system is supposed to work. It's not their first shindig. They know that this has been done before, and yet they don't care. Like, you're out. They know you're in a queue number. But when they put you out, they should be able to say, oh, well, here, we put you back in here again. No, back to the end of the queue. BS. End of story. Rant over. Done. So the next part of my video this evening is going to be a bit lighter tone. So I was there thinking the other day at home, and I was just thinking about a few things, and Buffalo Bills. I said I'd talk a little bit about the running back room. Just a quick part, because it's James Cook, and of course, James has been not vocal, but wants a new contract and wants to get paid. And, where would we be if James Cook decides why he wants to be traded? Now, apparently, Brandon Bean has said, and I trust Brandon, that he's going to be here this year. And hopefully they'll knock a deal out maybe before summer camp starts, or training camp starts, I should call it. And or at the very end of the season when we win the Super Bowl. Fingers crossed. But for me, James Cook is a very important player in the team, and he's developed up through the Buffalo Bills. My stance on it is he had one brilliant year. He's been improving every year. He had one brilliant year last year. And if he does that this year, yes, by all means, give him his money. But do 2 years, like there's been so many players. My soccer team, Arsenal, used to hand out contracts to guys that had good years and then they just stopped playing. I won't mention names because it's a different sport, but they gave a guy 350 grand a week. He was our captain. Up to that contract, he was unstoppable, and he got that contract and then he stopped. And within 18 months, he was gone. So giving players money because they have one good year does not sit well with me. Have a 2-season spell where you are untouchable, and then yes, pay you, and you deserve it. James Cook, for me, yes, money is important, and yes, money is what makes the world go round in some eyes. But like, where else would he rather be? And I'm not trying to take a line from a legendary coach, but where else would you rather be? You have a fan base that adore you. You have the best quarterback in the league to give you the ball. You had one of the best offensive lines in the league to protect you, to make you the channels, to give you the runs. And you have an exceptional coach set up and the whole lot besides. Like, yes, you will get the money, James, but do you want to win? Go and win and then get the money and enjoy it. Your brother went to New York and he got paid a lot of money and he didn't get anywhere. And he went from being a legend at the Vikings to a nothing in New York. And now, look at him. I'm not disrespecting your brother in any way. I'm just making my point. And again, going back to Arsenal, I've seen many Arsenal players, and we are a big enough football club in world football, but thinking that they deserve to go to Barcelona or bigger teams, and they went to Barcelona and bigger teams, and there were only small fish in there, and they ended up wishing they never left. So, the grass isn't always green on the other side, James. So my point being is you're a brilliant running back, and you've improved every year. Have another good year. If you strike a contract, all good and well. And if you don't strike a contract, then by all means, have your good year and then get your contract next year. That's my stuff. Behind James, you have Ray Davis and you have Ty Johnson. And as Josh Allen calls Ty Johnson, he's the best third down back in the game. So I think we're pretty well sorted at running back. And Ray Davis is a very classy running back as well and can get the job done. If James Cook decides to go on strike, I would move Ray Davis up and give him his chance, and move Ty Johnson up and give him more of a chance. And only want and have players that want to play for you and will do it for you. And then when they do it for you, reward them and show the guys that didn't, well, that's tough luck. But I'm hopeful, and I also heard rumors that the Bills were coming to Ireland the week before the game was announced from strong podcasts over there. So, but I have heard rumors that there will be a deal done before training camp. So maybe it starts training camp. So you would know. Hopefully there will be. But if not, James, put your work in, make your runs, get your touchdowns, make them pay you. Then at the end of the season, get paid and stay with the Bills. That's my tip. On another Bills note then, training camp is to start on the 23rd of July at St. John's Fisher University in Rochester. The rookies are back the week before, and I think then it's 23, 24, 25th of July is the first 3 days that they're going to be there. And as far as I know, they're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But I just checked it there beforehand, and I know they're definitely doing the first 3 days, 23, 24, 25 of July, 25th of July. So that'll be when this show season will be kicking off and going good all then till the end of the season and run well. So we will look forward to that. And myself and Therese will have shows in between now and then, and we have special guests coming on, and we will talk about different things as well. But when the 23rd of July comes around that week, that's when we'll be starting off and going hell for leather. Before I move on to other NFL news, I watched the Four Falls of Buffalo again this week for my sins. But I'm a Mayo fan and Arsenal fan, so I know what torment is like. And I won't talk too much about it now, but I just said I'll let you know that I watched it. But I will talk to Therese about it because she has lived through it there and was there for the whole lot of it. But I follow a team here in Ireland, in Mayo GAA, who have lost an awful lot of All-Irelands, a lot more than 4. And I don't think any of them guys that ever played in any of them as a failure, nor should anyone in America think of them, that team that went to 4 Super Bowls, be called a failure. You got there. You didn't just be pulled out of a pot and put into it. You earned it. And because you didn't come out the right side of a result on one given day, doesn't make you a bad player, a bad team, or bad anything. But I will talk to Therese later on in the coming weeks about that show, that movie and documentary, and we'll have a chat about it. The last thing I'm going to talk about today, as says just a quick video, is I see that Jaire Alexander has gone from the Green Bay Packers to the Baltimore Ravens. And I've just seen that little thing came up on Twitter, so I just jotted it down, their current roster with their big names. And the Baltimore Ravens have a savage roster. Does it make me think that the Buffalo Bills are any worse than them? No. But just to go off the names are one thing, doing it on the pitch is the other. Time will tell. But you have Lamar Jackson, quarterback, Derrick Henry, running back, Zay Flowers, wide receiver. You have other wide receivers, but this is just going off this. You have Mark Andrews, tight end. Now, Mark Andrews as the tight end falls into where I would put him, as in he needs to just move on from that Buffalo game last year, no more than the Buffalo Bills 4 in a row. He needs to move on from it and enjoy what the moment was. He's a quality tight end. He is Baltimore's one of their best tight ends that they could have. I don't think they'd wish for anyone else in their eyes. And because he dropped the ball, we all drop balls. A lot more happened in that game than him just dropping the ball, so I wouldn't read too much into it. He is a quality tight end and would be welcome, I think, on the other 31 NFL teams any day. Then you have Ronnie Stanley at left tackle. You have Daniel Falele at right guard. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. And then I'm going to try and pronounce this name, so forgive me if I get it wrong. Namandi Madabiki at defensive tackle. He is quality, that guy. Now, I probably butchered his name. I do apologize, but he is class. Roquan Smith at left linebacker. Nate Wiggins, cornerback. Marlon Humphrey, cornerback. And now Jaire Alexander, a quarterback. So they're well stocked there. They're loaded. You have Malaki Starks and Kyle Hamilton at safety. Again, Kyle Hamilton is quality. Their roster is stacked. They're going to be a team that's going to be awful hard beat this year, and we get them in week 1, and why not? I don't fear them. I don't fear any team. I think our roster now, and we'll be talking about it in the coming shows, is up there as one of the strongest rosters that this team has had in numerous years. So let's enjoy it, let's embrace it, let's welcome it, and let's take it on. That's what I say. So anyway, that's my show for this evening. I want to thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments that you want to make about the Ticketmaster fiasco on this side of the shore, please do let me know. If you got tickets, let me know. I'm delighted for you if you have. I'm not being smart. I'm not begrudging anyone that got tickets. My rant has nothing to do about getting the tickets. It's about the system. So please don't think I am. I'm delighted for anyone and everyone that got tickets that are going to the game, and I wish them and I hope they have a wonderful, brilliant time. But let me know in the comments. You can contact me on Instagram or at the Irish Bills Mafia. You can contact me on Facebook at Trevor Marley, and you contact me on X or Twitter at Irish_Bills. And also, I have Spotify set up now, so this will also be put on Spotify. And again, you'll get that at the Irish Blues Mafia on Spotify, and it's free to listen once you have Spotify. So most people have nowadays these days. So as I say, folks, that's my video for tonight. Choose a nice video with Therese. If there is something happening over there in the Bills country, we will have a chat. And if not, then I might leave it till next Thursday and do another one. And if there's something happening on both days, we'll go for it and we'll bring you the news and the views. So that is it, my friends. I want to thank you very much for watching. I want to hope you have all a wonderful, happy and safe weekend. And until next week, we talk again. Stay safe, stay happy, stay together. And as always, my friends, go Bills.